We are back. Hang on, let me open my Google Chrome. This is a mobile stream. However, Visions of V apparently came to an end. So we're gonna check out that noise. Unfortunately, this is not on the PC, which is usually where I stream. I'm doing this now mainly because I kind of feel like if I I kind of feel like if I don't, it'll be spoiled for me. Because this is the last chapter. So this is not replacing the Visions of E video in the slightest. This is just more or less me reacting to it now, just so I don't get spoiled for it. And I kind of did want to react to it live. So originally, it was supposed to come out on the 19th. I don't know if the date got changed somewhere along the way or something, but today is the 18th, as you can see. Well, presumably you can see. I think you can see everything on my screen. And so I just figured I'd react to it live. Unfortunately, I can't really get on my PC right now for other reasons, but so that's why I'm on my phone here. We're just gonna check this out. Oh no. And then again, there will be a Visions of E actual video. Wow, watermelon, scummy. Let's see. Alright, so we have V talking to Virgil. He gets threatened. Something that both of us truly need. Power alone isn't enough. Grabs the sword and Virgil slices him. I'm surprised there. That's right. You keep averting your eyes like this. Oof. This is my heart. The past memory is a symbol for the things that will never return. It was far too painful to bear because they served as a reminder of your own helplessness. I have to forget about them. I have to throw them away. Okay, so now we're recontextualizing that Virgil kind of is still like reacting as a child when he did that in DMC5. Okay. I can't escape these nightmares. This is still better than like what they actually gave us in the game. Oh, this artwork is fucking great. Foolishness. Although you say that the past isn't needed, I was looking behind my back all the time. In that case, I should have faced it head on. What's with all these bodies though? Like I understand there's maybe some symbolism here or something, but it's like not really quite sure why there's bodies. Like I guess there are demons to some extent, but it's just kind of weird. In that case, I should have faced it head on. And alright, so I guess some V's wiping out the memories somehow. I'm no longer afraid of nightmares. And the reason is that my heart will protect me. That's why you no longer need to throw away that which is left in your hands. Alright. Virgil's kind of broken away from his like broken state. What I have in my hands. Cutting Dante's glove. That nonsense. Either of us would have been better off alone. He must feel the same. I wonder about that. I believe that might have been your imagination. If he could choose, he'd want to be your twin once again. This is the actual last. Yeah, this is the last chapter. Because you can fight. Okay, so this is actually kind of interesting here then. So one of the things I kind of didn't like about the deluxe edition or the special edition of the MC5 is they changed the ending from where Dante and Virgil are happy with each other to this. But it looks like this is kind of like reconciling with the original ending. Dante's coming. Oh, what? Are you going to fight Dante again? Naturally. It's always been that way, right? Do you hate fighting with your little brother? Okay, so it's kind of weird then. So then this is still going on while Virgil's already reformed himself. Okay, that's a little interesting. I like it. Then go on fight. Give your full-hearted little brother a good beating. You'll show him who's the strongest. Isn't that right? Okay, so accepting his humanity. Hello, Pimp Demon. The artwork is actually really fucking good in this one, for sure. You could do a lot of work put in there. Thou dost smile. I sing the what? Okay, it looks like V starting to slowly fade away. Sweet joy befall thee. Okay, yeah, so V fades away into Virgil. Oh, beautiful. And I guess so yeah, that's the end. Oh, okay. Mm, yeah, so these two are for the volumes and when they're releasing. Okay, so yeah, so as we originally expected, kind of back in the day, it was either going to end one of two areas. It was either going to end at the end of the series, it was going to end here. However, uh, did I get an update? Nope. This is actually kind of interesting because so Virgil has returned. I do actually like the smile they give Dante here because it's more of like you can tell he's angry, but you can also kind of tell that he's also happy that Virgil's back. Because there's a grin when he's burying his teeth. He's burying his teeth because he's angry and he's trying to stop it, but like you can tell the smile there. I don't want to get too much in detail. The paneling, yeah, and then it just segues right into DMC5. However, this final panel here is what kind of interests me a little bit. I'm 5 minutes late. Hello, poster. Yeah, unfortunately, we kind of finished the chapter. So again, this is not replacing the final visions of V. However, this last portion I think is meant to confirm World of V, because for those of you who don't know, which if you're on this channel and you watch DMC stuff, I don't really know how you don't know this. Virgil Pale King level confirmed. You can summon V again as Virgil. You can stab yourself and bring V out. So clearly, this is meant to show two things. It's meant to show number one, V's still around. He's just not there anymore. I'm gonna give Virgil a black color. Remember when in the base game they couldn't decide where they wanted his coat to be blue, black or dark blue? Well, so I guess the intent here now, since Virgil recreated himself, I guess the reason it's black is because it's V's colors now. Like you have the blue from Virgil right there, and then you have the black of V. I didn't really quite get that one the first time around, but yeah, I guess that's the intent there. And that's the last pound. The artwork is great though, for sure. So this means this is kind of well, I'll probably leave the speculation for when me and Mangler do the video, but so we clearly have this panel right here, fucking just some nice little artwork there. But so yeah, the ending probably just confirms World of V, or at least confirms that V can come back, because is it real? Does make sense? Because it's clearly here. So first off, the fact that Griffin is here in this place is an indication, obviously, because they died halfway through. You can tell this is Griffin because of the mouth shape and everything as well. V being here all white probably just means that he's finally like a Sparta again. His eyes are gray too, actually. Yeah, his eyes are gray and his hair is white again. So this is just, I guess, like, this is kind of weird. This does make sense to an extent because we know in the last video, or in the last time we talked about Visions of V, V absorbed Urizen. So V technically by himself should be a complete being again, even without Virgil being around. Yeah, no, like they clearly are indicating Dante's like angry, but also conveying that he's happy. Because Dante never really seemed like he was too upset about going after Virgil. In fact, technically, while he does fight him outright, in DMC5, he is angry. When they talk again, Dante's not threatening Virgil's life or anything. He literally just tells him, give me the Yamato, so he doesn't open up portals again. Still, though, really wonderful chapter. Yeah, really focused on the narrative for the most part. Virgil finally comes back, accepts his humanity, accepts his past. Well, actually, wait, where are you reading this? It's on MangaDex. Just got uploaded like a few minutes ago, actually, from Claudia. I guess that's yeah. Well, so that's what I was gonna actually say is that this is kind of like the end of DMC5's cycle run, because that is some beautiful fucking artwork there. Also does give a perspective size of like what Sin DT looks like in comparison to a normal person. Yeah, no, this is the last, you're just looking at our panels. I didn't miss it. Oh, yeah, no, you missed a lot of reading. Yeah, I read the entire thing. I'm not trying to make this too in depth or discuss like what this could potentially mean for the most part, with the exception of this last panel, because like I still plan to do a Visions of V video with Mangler. This is just sort of like this is just me reading it now, so that way fucking people can't like that way like it can't be really spoiled for me because I kind of suspect that like the chat might have spoiled it. Yeah, this last panel here is the only thing really worth speculating on for in general. Again, so this means that V's still around, but we kind of already got that confirmed World of V. On top of that, I'm pretty sure it just means V's fair game. I'm pretty sure that's what this means. Because if Virgil can come back and tarnish how strong video went, lol. Fucking, if I ever get done being fucking Elden Ring, good lord. I'm actually downloading Strangers in Paradise right now. It's over there on... It's currently at around 21 gigabytes. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I am DMC6. Yeah, no, so again, this was kind of already what we expected. If you've been like playing DMC5 Special Edition, World of V already kind of confirmed V was still around and Virgil can call him whenever he wants. However, what this does confirm now is that he doesn't just manifest V like normally. He's dragging V out of this location, which we don't really know where it is, but it seems to be where the true essence of someone resides. So that's where it gets a little weird. Because technically the conversation's still going on as Virgil's either reforming or as he's formed. Because right here we have Dante's coming. No. This is still V. Yeah, no, never mind. The jacket's still V's. So this means V is either just... Well, he already stabbed into Urizen, so this conversation's happening in the few seconds after he stabbed him, which kind of we already kind of knew, but it's kind of weird realizing that in real time they can see it coming. It doesn't mean that V could come back in the future separate from Virgil, because when you use World of V, they have separate dialogue with each other. No, yeah, the ending here is literally just to confirm V's fair game. This final panel is literally just to kind of looks like Demi-Fiend, if I'm being honest. Like, I just kind of realized they really went in that Demi-Fiend look there with those eyes. But no, all this kind of confirms is that, like, V can come back. Whether or not he just comes back as World of V, who knows? But all we know is that this does confirm V is, like, V's fair game to return. Which is good, because V was probably one of the better newer characters they added in DMC5. Duckos, by the way. Oh yeah, they do give him a little bit of a parting lip there. Yeah, so Griffin's... I'm curious if Griffin... Well, okay, so he can already summon all of them in World of V, so I guess they're all here now, more or less. Oh, well, that's funny. Hang on. There we go. Sorry about that. So I guess Urizen is gone now. Yeah, I guess Urizen just kind of became V. I guess that's kind of what they're going with here. Because again, V's hair is white here now. So he doesn't have the contract anymore with the summons, but we know he can still be summoned, and we see Griffin here. But having white hair and gray eyes, since those are gray eyes, means that he's finally like come back to his like... He's just become like a half human, half demon again. Like he's become like whole once more. Or... as whole as Virgil and Dante can be, per se. So, yeah, that's about it. I don't really want to go too much more in depth here, since like the main part here that was worth going in depth in was this last one. We'll probably still go over it again in the video as well. But yeah, great final chapter. Clearly, not what we and Mangler were. Well, we all knew the discussion with Virgil was going to happen. Some things are kind of weird, for sure. Like, not really quite sure if, like, V just expels normally and then returns back to normal. Because, so it goes black and then it goes white again. But then like every single time Black appears, it seems to be an indication of a character kind of like growing out of it. Wes, damn it. Yeah, sorry about that, Wes. You'll have to watch the actual stream. It's not this won't be a very long stream because again, like this is just me reacting to it live, so that way like I don't really get spoiled to it. I did want to react to it live. Considering the journey we've been on, it is kind of satisfactory, for sure. It's a good chapter to end off on. I am kind of surprised they do reference. I'm surprised they don't really reference DMC1 all that much. Virgil kind of like, dare I say, pretty good farewell to DMC5 as a whole until the next year novel. You ever wonder how powerful Cloud Fruit, which has absorbed every drop of human blood, every single human would be? I wish we can't really quantify it, but no, that'd be kind of weird. I do kind of like that they make Virgil out as a trauma victim, at least a child. I kind of appreciate. I do kind of appreciate the fact that they kind of recontextualize Virgil's decision to like stab himself. It looks like. It looks like they've recontextualized it to be just Virgil doing it to get rid of his trauma rather than actually fucking anything else. I'm gonna be honest. I do think this kind of supports the original ending of DMC5 more, though, for sure. Because in this version, wait, hang on a minute. Is Virgil crying there? Hello, Mangler. Just got done reacting to it more or less. I will say I kind of wish we had one panel with Dante and Virgil, like, or at least if maybe he would have done the fight between them with like new context behind it. Beyond that, though, that's mainly about it. Don't want to go too in depth, obviously, since we will be doing the Visions of E later on. Yeah, but I read the first one. Let me see which one I clicked on. I'm pretty sure I read Blackened Angels. Yeah, I just clicked the top one. Oh wow, she barely released it like an hour before I got here. No, let's take a look and see what Zolvis actually said. Well, now you know what. We'll save that actually for the actual main video. We'll look at the two translations and see what the differences are between them. Yeah, no, but it's hard to believe we've been here for. It's hard to believe that this is the end of the MC5 cycle run. Yeah, you need to read Zolvos. Does Zolvos have different things? All right. Fuck it. I guess we'll react. I guess for the people who were late to the Blackened Angel version, let's see what the Zolvos version says. So, what dour expression? Let's see what we have here. Dog is more direct. All right, let's see this. I'm simply here to return what you've forgotten. It's something that we both needed. Surviving solely with the remnants of your father's power is impossible. Okay, that actually is different. Yeah, I don't think that's actually what's mentioned in the... we'll talk about the differences probably in the video. We'll go over what the differences are. I've always been trying to avoid acknowledging this, my heart, a reminder of things that I've lost and I'll never get back. It's far too painful for me to hold on to, for it only reminds me of how powerless I am. Well, no, so, for context, Blackened Angel was beat by Zolvos in the actual release of this one by 2 hours, as you can see in the, as you saw in the stream. We mainly look at Blackened Angel because her translations are usually more direct to the Japanese. However, Zolvos is a translator as well, and they usually keep their shit more consistent with the game. Get rid of it, I have to get rid of it. Foolishness. You keep on saying that your past is unnecessary, yet you remain a prisoner of your own memories. Why don't you try looking forward for... Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This directness is already much better when it comes to being clear. I think we all kind of understood what they were saying with the other one for sure, but I think there's a reason. Marty, compete. No, well, so the way I think it works is, from what I remember of what her Twitter statement said, Blackened Angel, from what I understand, if I remember correctly, she said that the other translators take a little bit, in her opinion, liberties with when they translate it. I think they try and localize it a little further than what like the original Japanese says. That's usually, I think, the take she has with it. It's not that these are bad translations per se. It's that they kind of they slide it in more to make more sense and fit better with English and context from what I've seen, whereas hers is the direct Japanese one to one. I have no need to fear my nightmares anymore because what makes me human will keep me my heart safe. Okay, I see. This line is more direct and more consistent than like, and is more context focused than what the other thing was. That's why you shouldn't discard your other half. That's better nuance, I would say. Both translations are good. They just have different reasons behind their localizations. Yeah, so if you want, so from what I've gathered from these translations, if you want the raw Japanese as close as possible translated, you go with Claudia or Blackened Angel. If you want like a more contextualized one with context clues and more in line with the English version of the game, you probably go with Zolvo's. Zolvo's version is a manga dex. They're both on manga dex, yes. My other half. I thought she was the one who one to one with the games. No. Well, I think she's one to one with the Japanese version of the game. What makes me human? You know what? I think I actually made a joke about this in the last video where I mentioned that Virgil's like that the glove cutting was going to occur. This is such a weird panel to show because I don't even think we ever get any references to the glove cutting at all. I make jokes about it all the time, and I made a joke about that they were going to like include some form of glove cutting for the final chapter. I actually didn't mention this the first time, but I'm really glad they brought this in. Wonderful. Screenshot that for sure. There's no point, we're better off without those useless things. I'm sure Dante feels the same way. Is that what you think? Well, this may be a matter of conjecture on my end. Is he referring to... Is he really arguing Dante thinks he doesn't like need his humanity? Are you fucking kidding me? This man must... Urizen's memories must not have popped along with him. No, like the artwork versions of V is fucking has always been stellar. Dude, honestly, Capcom should make an anime out of this. This would be fucking like make it like a 12 episode, like 12-minute mini series for fucking Visions of V. Come on. Let's make this happen. There's no point, we're better off without these feelings. I'm sure Donnie feels the same way. Is that what you think? Well, but if he had a choice, I think that he'd rather have his only brother by his side. But why? Who else would he quarrel with? Dante's coming. Dante wants to continue fighting. Indubitably, he's always ready to spar with you. Do you hate skirmishing with your younger brother? I think I kind of appreciate the way Blackened Angel did this one better, because I think in her version, if I recall correctly, the way Virgil says it is kind of like a tsundere, where he's like, I don't hate fighting with Dante. I think that one's kind of better. And I think that kind of fits the context here a little more, because so this is Virgil admitting to himself the truth, but it's also kind of like, I don't know, like I feel like some more like, hesitation would have been better here. Then go, show him no mercy, prove your strength to your little brother. No. There he goes. Honestly, with this outfit, I kind of wish seeing this version, like if maybe this, I think this probably would have been better for like Virgil's final design. Except when they have every character look like Nero and doesn't bother to model his Devilbringer or give him the normal arm. Shush. Well, okay, so here's the thing. You can't really complain about the characters looking the fucking same, since Virgil has always been upfront about finding Dante, though. Kind of. So, Virgil, as a child anyway, from what we saw, doesn't really like fighting Dante in the sense of like, well, actually, I actually kind of disagree with that one a little bit. I think Virgil kind of doesn't really demonstrate he likes fighting Dante too often, at least not in the child version, and we don't really see that in DMC3 either. It's with the added context of like this and what we get in 5, where we realize, oh yeah, they like fighting each other because they're the only people who can actually fight each other. Now Nero's showing up, like they'll probably fucking Nero dies way too many times in this manga without actually. Okay, let's see here. Thou dost smile, I've seen the while. Sweet joy befall thee. Alright, that's probably just the William Blake cover. DMs3, we absolutely do. We need Virgil telling his hair down. Look at him. I think for sure, like this should have been enough. If Virgil's pleased to see Dante in the second fight. That is true. Yeah, that's fair. We get the final panels. And oh, wait. That's not an Hang on. Okay, that's kind of interesting then. That's not in the other version. Huh. Is there actually more information? Oh. Okay, well, hang on. I mean, there's not more information per se, but there is actually more panels. Huh. That's weird because these don't even have like translations on them. So why were these left out of the other one? Yeah, okay, so this is obviously a reference to the trailer. We get an explanation from where his coat came from. Yeah, more or less. Look at Nero in the background, just being like, "What am I doing here? Am I even the main character of this game anymore?" Yeah, no, for sure. That's weird. It's formed from his memories. The block of his memories would make sense. I just assume it was because of V's coat. No, we just no. So it's basically just the black of it's just the memories because every time he gets his memories back, he gets dark. He gets black cloak. It gets like a black cloak. Yeah, so we see it right here when he accepts his memories right here, and then he gets a new outfit, presumably. So I do like the fact that the author actually went out of his way to fucking copy the teaser they gave us way back when. Because so obviously if you guys remember the DMC5 hype train, oh, My Stranger in Paradise is almost done. Fantastic. The Black from the Abyss. We actually do fucking see like we actually did get that fucking they do give us that little like turn right before we see him. Actually, I think that was the first. I think that was the second or third trailer they dropped is where we see Virgil at the like Virgil slowly turn. We don't see his face. Yeah, and then we get this wonderful panel here of Bloody Palace King V fighting Cindy T Virgil, of course. Obviously, got to reference Bloody Palace King V over there. Obviously, that is clearly what this is referencing and nothing else. There's no other symbolism here or anything. It's just V about to beat the shit out of Virgil, Bloody Palace style, clearly. It's something about these from Flaps brings a whole new context to the term your nightmare begins here. I do appreciate he did give us Cindy T Virgil at least once, because I don't think, because we got Cindy T Dante, but I don't think we were ever going to get this guy, bro. This has got to be referencing the Bloody Palace. Come on now. You all know this is referencing Bloody Palace beat. You all know it is. Actually, all joking aside for a minute, if you take this as face value, since considering this is at the end here where V looks like that, you could unironically argue this is a little what if fight between Virgil and fucking V. Stop coping? Nah. Nah, this is Bloody Palace King V. You're all crazy. Final Fantasy Ocean? No, I already told you guys I'm not streaming Stranger in Paradise because I can't stream to the PC without being delayed. No, see, this is actually full power V right here. This is a fraction of his power fighting Cindy T Virgil because obviously Blade Palace King V would stomp Virgil clearly. That's exactly what you're seeing here. He's holding the sword with one hand. Nah, I'm right. That's totally what this is. And then we get so yeah. Now V's just back in this. This location's kind of weird now. This location's definitely worth speculating on later on for sure. Because now V's here as a complete being, since he has the gray eyes and everything. Fucking Rip Nero's brother. Nero had a brother for like 3 days. Yep. That's the end of the manga. 3 years. A lot of waiting. Still wish we had a panel with Dante and Virgil walking like a JoJo meme. I feel. I think that's what Virgil wanted to say. Oh, Virgil confirms again that V is still alive. Yeah, no, for sure. That's the main confirmation. That's the whole point of the final panel is just to confirm that V can come back. V with white hair makes sense. Well, V's hair is actually white, like naturally. We even see this in DMC5. The black of his hair is the contract he made with his people. Also, you're new here. Yeah, so because Virgil can still call the power of his nightmares. Yeah, no. So World of V already fucking basically confirmed that, but this just confirms that World of V is now canon. Unless you're gonna be like one of those people who are like the Visions of V manga isn't canon, because there are some people who would argue that probably. Yeah. Yeah, but what could a location be? So, yeah, since we now know the conversations occurring before they merge, thanks to looking at that panel again. I don't care what's canon to BH. Well, I see. Yeah, they're not in Virgil's head or anything. So wherever V's located at is wherever people go when they can't come back. So yeah, theoretically, if we take the Pinnacle of Combat information, V's at Nirvana now. So Virgil. But then, like, what they do in Nirvana is weird then, because they can directly interact with that location and, like, alter it based on what we saw in the panels. So if that is Nirvana, then, like, the argument for people not being able to scale to Nirvana is, like, ridiculous. Also, Yamato made it to Nirvana before V and Virgil did. Because keep in mind that Yamato was absorbed by Urizen, and Virgil has it before they even have a conversation, and it is Yamato. Yeah, so, it looks like we got recently Spanish translations as well for Visions of V, as well as, I don't know what the white, red, and blue flag is. Still though, publication on, that is wrong. That needs to be changed ASAP. The publication is not ongoing anymore. That is false. I know. That's pretty cool though. We finally got to the end. 3 years of DMC5 content. And it's finally coming to an end. Kind of a bit of a shame we didn't get an extra DLC or anything like that, but yeah, it's been one hell of a ride. Now we wait another 10 years. As one point says, thank you, Neo. Sup, peace, or how are you all? On my way to work, but I'll watch this later. If it's not available when I get off work, then I'll check it out later. Yamato has what we call express shipping. Yamato showed up before V did, because apparently they paid for Amazon Express shipping. Yeah, all that's left. Well, the DMC anime, so that we can see what V and Virgil's actually get at that moment. I'm pretty sure, like, that's just like, again, I'm pretty sure V's memories just went along with Virgil, and Virgil's like, I'm only here now, realizing the truth thanks to Nero, so there we go. Maybe we got on deep dive. We'll see when we record that Visions of V video. Since the original plan was to react to it live on my PC Saturday night, but yeah, it came out way earlier than we were expecting. Because the original release date was the 19th, so this came out a day earlier. So that's caught me completely off guard. Actually, caught us all completely off guard. I mean, it's kind of cool that we got it now. Unless you count the Co-op Blade Palace Drive mod, DMC5 will never die. Unfortunately, we are at the end of DMC5's run, though, for sure. Amazon's very dedicated. Also, doubt DMC won't be canned. Even DM World can't slow down their delivery times. It's 19th where I'm at. Well, I think it's 19th Japan time, to be fair. I think that's what it is. Man was running for Shadow Nightmares his entire life while his heart was the only thing that could protect him from it. Maybe if Dante didn't decide to fucking try killing him. Yeah, no, so yeah, we got into Virgil's trauma and everything, as we kind of expected. Again, I'm kind of hoping this solidifies more canon the original DMC5 ending. I don't really like the way they changed Virgil's character for DMC5's special edition. Seems kind of ridiculous, but yeah, this seems to solidify that the original intent is the original DMC5 ending. We'll see how that turns out, though, for sure. Still, yeah, 36 chapters, 3 years. 9.18 out of 10. Yeah, I'd say so. One of the better mangas I've read for sure in a while. Good ending. Really did kind of wish we would have gotten at least something of the Dante and Virgil fight. Obviously, that's kind of wishful thinking. It is called Visions of V, not Visions of Virgil. So, yeah, no. Probably as good as it's gonna get. Damn, such good art. But DMC3 manga, DMC1 novel, still my favorite. The next DMC game, we'll play Virgil the main character. I'm gonna Capcom to drop that. I'm just waiting for them to fucking give us Pinnacle of Combat at least. That way we can actually fucking play that one on the fucking English-speaking states. So, or countries. So yeah, no. That's about all she wrote. Don't want to go too far in depth or speculate too much on what this could mean. Just want to react to like more or less to what's on the panels, some more obvious shit. Visions of V, Virgil. No, it's called Visions of V. V's his own. No, so V's now his own character actually, and technically he's his own like hybrid now. Kind of wish they would have went all the way to the end, or even just bonus chapter there. Yeah, I kind of wish Virgil using Visions of V would have been shown, but maybe. So we are getting two like fucking extra, like they're getting two novel releases still, or two like what's volumes? Volumes usually have extra stuff in them, so there's a good chance they might show some panels of maybe Virgil using World of V or summoning V. Visions of Virgil, when? Yeah, no, overall, been quite the interesting journey. Good time. Obviously, not exactly for power scaling purposes, but the narrative came along nicely, and we got a pretty solid ending. And V being alive still in that place just means that V will probably come back for DMC 6, or if we get more DMC material that expands beyond that, V will probably show back up. I suspect he'll probably pop back up in a novel. And I suspect when we get DMC 6, if we ever do, he'll pop up in a novel of some kind. Alright, so that's more or less it for this stream here. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming later today. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I thought this was the end. Yeah, this is the end. This is the end of Visions of V, yeah. It's not the end of DMC per se. Oh, well, so Visions of V gets released in volumes over the course of several chapters. Mangas get released in volumes. So first the individual chapter comes out, and then when enough individual chapters come out, they release a volume. However, volumes usually have some extra detail, some like extra like little goodies in there, like art or something, usually to show like that, you know, hey, if you're buying the volume, you get a little extra. So there's still always a chance maybe we'll get like a panel of World of V being used as like an extra art he drew or something. That's always still a possibility. I doubt it, but we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if the Visions of V got like books have been doing it like that. I'm curious what the final like well, I'm assuming the final covers, like one's gonna be Virgil. I'm assuming the other one will be Urizen as well. At any rate, yeah, that's about it. Nothing really else to say here without going too in depth, and or at least without extrapolating a lot. And we'll be doing that in the Visions of V video. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next streamer video. Take care, everybody.